Hi everyone, this is Zav, and today we're going to talk about 3 simple steps on how to get the most out of your sleep. Sleep is so important. You've noticed yourselves that your whole day can go by in either direction depending on the quality of the sleep that you've had. So I'm not talking about the quality of the sleep really, I'm talking about having the adequate time for you to have a restorative sleep before starting a new day with the routine, another video that I've done before, that I really encourage you to go through that. So the first step on these 3 simple steps for getting that sleep. The first one is to identify your sleep patterns. And by that I mean, it's about really trying to understand yourself and trying to survey yourself and what feels better for yourself. I'm not suggesting anything at all that is better for you. You know yourself much better than anybody else on the planet, and that is where you can discover that even deeper, understand yourself better by going through this process. So the first one is understanding what time of the evening do you feel better after sleeping that time. So are you more of an early evening to go to sleep? Do you feel better by staying up late and then going to sleep after that? But also what's important is that, do you feel better after eating a heavy meal or having a couple of hours in between the meal and you're going to sleep? All of that combined together will make a huge difference, but this is the first step. The second step is understand your sleep cycles. And sleep cycles is not, well, some people have devices, they have a watch or they have a ring on the finger that measures and that gives you the cycles. I did that by myself, just trial and error. How you can do that simply without any devices is simply to have no alarm clock. Don't put alarm clock, so ideally you would do that when you're on vacation or during the weekend. If you don't have to wake up at a certain time, and really try to find out what is the ideal, the most energized that you feel in the morning after how many hours of sleep you've had. So I've realized that for me, I have patterns of hours and a half, an hour and a half, 90 minutes. So if I wake up at 6 o'clock, after 6 hours, sorry, or after 7 hours and a half, or after 9 hours, right? So in increments of hour and a half, then I feel restored, I feel refreshed, and I feel ready for the day. So by just analyzing this and finding out what time of the day, what time you're going to sleep, or what time you switch off rather, and what time you wake up, taking that and identifying the patterns or the cycles will help you tremendously. The third step then is, and that's a trick of mine that I've found out for myself. This is one of the few things I didn't read about. It is actually, instead of putting an alarm clock, once you have your sleep cycles, I put a timer. So I know that if I go to sleep late because I had a webinar in the evening quite late and I'm going around 11, 12, midnight to sleep and I want to wake up early, then I would put my timer at 6 hours. If I sleep at 10:30, which is an ideal time for me, then I would put it at 7 hours and a half. And now you see that both times when I go to sleep, whether it's 12 midnight for 6 hours or 10:30 for 7 hours and a half, I still wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So instead of putting my alarm clock at 6, I put a timer, which means that would give me the time to have a restorative sleep, considering the time I'm going to sleep and the sleep cycle. And I've discovered that this, for me, worked tremendously well, so that even when I go on business trips and I have to wake up at different times of different timing than when I'm at home, that timer made all the difference in the world. I just have to be disciplined into going to sleep at a time that is comfortable so that I can still have the time of sleep, right? 6 or 7.5 hours, and then have the time for my routine, working it backwards so that I know when I have to be in the office or in that meeting. All right, I encourage you to go through that video again. That was a short one. I might have gone a bit fast, but I really encourage you to go through these 3 simple steps. I guarantee you that's going to change your life completely. Because sleep is such a pillar in our lives that we don't always have the most optimal sleep, and therefore that impacts our day as well. It's not about blaming it on sleep, it's about taking ownership so that we know what to do and take action, corrective action, to get even better in our lives. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, share it with your network, with anybody you know who would be benefiting to hear from this. And until we meet again, breathe and stay centered. Take care.